What's going on YouTube? My name is Mike, of course. Welcome to Review Anything. And if you're wondering what I'm doing with all of this Super Nintendo stuff, if you take a look right here, you'll see that I have the brand new Supaboy S from Hyperkin. And I'm going to be trying out a bunch of different peripherals and accessories for the Supaboy X to find out if they work and how well they work. So, yeah, let's get started. The Supaboy is an unlicensed portable system made by Hyperkin that allows for the play of Super Nintendo Entertainment System games and is portable. Not only can it be played as is, but includes two SNES controller ports, as well as the ability to connect to a TV or screen for traditional console play. It can handle full-size SNES and Super Famicom cartridges. So if you've been wondering what to do with those 16-bit cartridges, now you know. The Supaboy console has a D-pad, face buttons, right and left shoulder buttons, which all make it look very much like the SNES controller. So after Hyperkin came out with the Supaboy, they decided to release the Supaboy S, which has a bigger screen, updated D-pad, and a really cool function that allows you to switch from NTSC to PAL. And it's a great system, and we're going to try out some awesome stuff with it today, and hopefully all this stuff will work with it. And I actually haven't tried some of the different peripherals, so I'm very excited to see what will actually happen. But I've used this for a couple months now, and I've loved it. Absolutely had no problems with it, and it was just great. One thing that I would like to point out is that they changed the charger from the Supaboy to the Supaboy S with an awesome USB Android charger that can be charged with pretty much any Android charger out there, which is so awesome, and I love that about it. So let's look at what actually comes in the box of this system here. So this is the box. It's actually a really pretty looking box, I'm not even gonna lie. Comes with obviously the Supaboy, this really cool pouch to keep it nice, the instructional manual, which isn't big at all, the AV jacks to be able to connect to a TV, and the mini USB charger, which is actually kind of long, which I really like, and you know, it makes it really easy to be able to charge it, not to be, you know, sitting right next to the wall. So what I'm actually going to do is show you the actual footage on the screen itself, as opposed to capturing it via any kind of device that I normally capture my games with, so you can see exactly how it looks on the screen itself. So let's get into it. So the first game we're going to try out is Super Mario World, just to see how that works. So I'm going to show you how responsive it is here. As I died, I'm actually looking at the screen of the camera, not actually the screen of the game, so I can make sure that it's lined up nice and properly. But the buttons itself, you know, look really good, and I mean feel really good, you know. So, that's the first one. Let's move on to the next one. Here we go. Zelda, A Link to the Past. So I'm going to turn down the volume just a little bit here so you can check out, you know. I'm going to mess with some brightness so you can turn off the screen entirely, which is really cool. Yeah, let's do some playing here. So yeah, this obviously works just fine. Next we're playing one of the latest games on the Super Nintendo, and in my opinion, one of the biggest, most advanced games on the system itself. And yeah, so I don't know why these all say FARF, but okay. Very responsive, as you can see here. You know, I'm very happy that this game works so well because it is one of my favorites on the system, so that's really cool. So yeah, no problems there. Now, one of my favorite features about the Supaboy S is the ability to play Japanese games, which is really cool. And, you know, I've always wanted to play the Japanese version of Super Mario All-Stars. So that's what we have here, which is really cool. You can see Super Mario 2 and Super Mario USA, which is Super Mario 2 in the United States. Nope, don't want to do that. Let's play World 3 of this real quick. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, see, I know this one works because I've done this so many times. Yeah, it's a absolutely great way to play your Japanese games. So, one thing that I am really excited to show you guys, the Super Game Boy. Can't really tell what game's in there, but it is Tetris. So we're going to try this out and see how well this works. Which I can tell you, it works just fine, which is awesome. It's actually crazy. All the options are available. If you hit L and R, you can open up these awesome menus and change the colors how you want. Which, to me, is my favorite part about the Super Game Boy. All of the backgrounds work just fine. And, yeah, it's great to be able to play not only Super Nintendo games, but your Game Boy games as well. Yeah, I know. Don't judge me for using the long one sideways, okay? I know. Now, if you want to get really obnoxious looking, you can try the game Genie here. We're going to try this one out and see how well this works with one of the games I have here, which is probably going to be Super Mario World. Tell me, how cool does that look? Alright, let's try this out. So it lights up. Oh man, look at that. Works just fine. And I'm going to actually see if I can get some actual codes working in here to see how well they work. So let me look them up and we'll get back to you in a second. So here we are with two simple codes. Hoping that these work. I mean, they should work, I just don't know if I put them in right. So let's just see. Just look how ridiculous that looks though. Okay. Alright, so we have a mega jump and unlimited jump. Okay, so as you can see, I'm jumping really high, so yeah, so obviously that works, and that's really awesome to know. So let's move on. Alright guys, so now I'm going to be doing something that I've been wanting to do, but I actually had trouble finding my mouse, and we're going to be playing Mario Paint on the Supaboy. And as you can see here, I got my officially licensed Nintendo mouse pad, which, I mean, I don't even know where I found that. It was just somewhere around my house. I'm so excited. But here it is, the actual cartridge, and yeah, let's try this out. Alright, so it definitely turns on, which is really cool. But let's actually plug in the mouse and see what happens. So, I know it's going to be a little bit difficult to see, but I'm going to try to... Oh, it fits nicely in there. Okay. Oh my gosh, it works! Holy crap! Oh, this is great. I mean, the mouse is terrible, but, I mean, look, I can get it to move. So that means that it actually works. Look at this thing. Older than dirt. Alright, hold on. I'm going to try to see if I can get my mouse to work, and then we'll go from there. So, give me a second here, guys. So, yeah, really cool. I finally got it to work a little bit. So as you can see here, yeah, the mouse totally works. That is insane. I just wish my mouse worked. But as you can see here, it's definitely working with the mouse. Let me see if I can get it going with this. So you can see it definitely works. That's so cool. I'm so excited. Alright, let's move on. Okay, folks, we're down to our last piece of hardware, and let me tell you something. I'd be really surprised if this works. Don't ask me why I'd be surprised. I just would. Yeah. So, let's see. I'm going to try to get this viewable as best as possible. Okay, so it turns on. Let's see. No way! No way! What? Alright, let's see how well I can get this shot right now. Okay, so it did work. Okay, let me push this back a little bit. It worked for a second. Let's see. Can I get the shot? It's not getting the shot right now, so hold on. I'm just trying to hit the button wherever. Alright, let me try moving this a little farther back and seeing how well it works that way. So I know I'm holding the camera right now. It's going to be a little unconventional what I normally do. But I ended up connecting it to the TV. And as you can see, it displays on both the console itself and the TV at the same time. But what's cool is that all you got to do is shut off the brightness, turn off the sound, and you have the original video game sound without the Supaboy actually connected or showing anything. So it can be connected without showing anything, which is really cool. That's what I was trying to say. So we have our little camera sight there, and we're going to see how well this works. So here we go. So we're having a little bit of issues here trying to get I'm shooting at the TV, shooting at this. I'm going to back up a little farther, see how well I can, see how far away I need to be for this thing, because I've never tried this on an HD TV before. So unfortunately, I couldn't get the TV to pick up where I was shooting on the Super Scope itself, but I honestly think it has to do with the fact that this is an HD TV, or possibly the fact that, you know, my gun or my radar is not really working too well, whatever you want to call that. I don't know what it's called. But anyways, so the fact that it actually can tell that I'm pressing the fire button on the Super Scope, because it definitely read that I was hitting the button, that definitely says something about the power of this little thing and exactly how this can work. And I don't know exactly what the problem is. You know, maybe the Supaboy can't power the infrared reader over there, or maybe, you know, there's just something with the TV, like I said. But the fact that this actually works to an extent is pretty crazy, and I would love to see what kind of other types of things could work with this that I don't have with me. But overall, I just want to say that this product is unbelievable. It's excellent. I totally recommend it for anybody who either doesn't have a Super Nintendo or would like a portable version of it, or, you know, would rather not use their original Super Nintendo just to have this one as the one they actually use. You know, that's exactly why I have it for myself, because I don't want to use my original hardware and get that all damaged. So that's why I bought the Supaboy S, and I've been loving it every single second. I would recommend getting an EverDrive or SNES 2SD, something along those lines, so you don't actually have to use your original games and actually keep those nice as well. But unfortunately, they are expensive. I couldn't show you that. Maybe in the future I will be able to show you that. But until then, we will see you next time on Review Anything. Wish this worked though. Phew. This is really the stupidest gun. I mean, don't you want to hold it down here and fire and stuff? I don't know. Whatever.